Man, what is happening, my YouTube family? Of course, it is your boy B New coming at you on this Thursday. And first and foremost, as always, just want to send out positive vibrations and blessings to anybody who could be listening. Now, with all that being said, we all know that the NBA Finals is in full effect. And I do want to apologize for not being as consistent as I would like to be. But I have been quite busy, with my regular job, because we all know I gotta pay the bills. You understand what I'm saying? So I've been quite just very much covered up as being busy. But anyway, enough about that. So we know that the Boston Celtics and the Golden State Warriors participated in the game that was tied 2-2, and going into that game 5, it was very important for whoever won that series would more than likely whoever won that game would more than likely go on to win the series. Now, we also said that when Boston was up 2-1, because when the series was tied 1-1, they said, well, teams that win this game is the most likely to go on, like 90% or whatever, go on to win the series. But now you got a whole nother group of stats. So you understand what I'm saying? You can never just look at stats. To me, what this series is now boiling down to is heart. And I won't just say heart, but also mental fortitude, because we all know going into this, I pretty much picked Boston at 6 because I thought Boston's defense, and if you look at it from an X and O standpoint, Boston actually matches up with Golden State quite nicely, and they can do all the things that Golden State are capable of doing as far as hitting the threes, and sharing the basketball, and also just playing good defense. Now, Golden State plays good defense as well, don't get me wrong, but especially the way Andrew Wiggins has been playing good defense on Steph Curry. Now, put in the comments below, who do you think, if the Celtics lose tonight and Golden State goes on to win the championship, put in the comments below, who do you think should be the Finals MVP? We all know Curry had some great games, but some of the good performances he had resulted in a loss. And then we know when they won the last game, which was the most pivotal game of the series, we all know when they won that game that he didn't play a big role in that. Him and Klay Thompson actually had terrible games, and it was that of Andrew Wiggins who pretty much carried the load on both ends of the floor for the Golden State Warriors in that last victory. Now, with all that being said, I still think Boston has a shot to push this to 7 games, especially with this being in Boston. They're going to have to really come out and put their foot on the gas, because Golden State is showing, like I said before, that they have a lot of heart, but it's all about the experience too. So they've been there before, and there was no nerves, because the way Boston started out that game in the first quarter, by letting the game get away from them, they fought real hard to get back, and they end up taking the lead. And I'm going off memory because I haven't had a chance to go back and analyze the game, but they came back and took the lead in the third quarter, went up by 4 or 5 points, and you would think that they were going to go on and silence Golden State. They had the crowd quiet and had them where they wanted them, but of course it was just not to be, because to me, Boston yet again froze up, and I don't think it was really just phenomenal defense that Golden State was playing. It was just that Boston started playing a whole lot of isolation ball. They weren't really, passing the ball around, getting other teammates involved. They were really just, doing the hero ball again, just standing around watching, which is really what they did in Game 4 as well. So, Boston, I still think with the crowd tonight, if I had to make a prediction, this is how the game is going to go. I actually would normally say that Boston is going to come out killing it in the first quarter with the crowd involved and going crazy. But for some reason, in the back of my mind, I'm really thinking that Golden State is coming to take care of business, and it's actually Golden State who is going to come up and take the lead early on in the game. But I think by the second quarter, Boston is going to settle in and know that they are on a mission and know exactly what they need to do in order to win the game. And I think that they will ultimately prevail, and the crowd will get into it, and that Boston will end up winning the game by probably at least 7 or 8 points, if I had to make just a prediction about that. So with all that being said, I do want to say this, because there's so many people that's coming for LeBron James, and y'all know I have to go ahead and say something about this, because all these LeBron James haters are saying that if Golden State wins, they're saying if Golden State wins tonight, and if they win and clinch the championship, that the comparison should be between Steph and MJ and not LeBron. And I mean, just crazy things like that. But what it really goes to show, and I'm going to say this again, is that LeBron James was going against great dynasties. When he was going to the finals, he was going against a San Antonio team that had already won championships long before they played against a LeBron James. You must remember that. And they just had a championship pedigree that only got better as time went on. And LeBron James was still able to beat a Spurs dynasty. He was still able to beat a Warriors dynasty. Maybe not consistently in every year, but just to be able to give them a loss is saying something in itself. Because who could give a Bulls dynasty a loss? Who could give that early 2000 Lakers team a loss other than Detroit, who eventually did so in this helping dismantle that Lakers dynasty? But at the end of the day, I just want to say that, if Golden State wins this final series, it doesn't really hurt the legacy of LeBron James. To me, it only solidifies it, because LeBron James himself went to 8 straight finals, and LeBron James himself went to 9 finals in 10 years. So, with Golden State going to 6 finals in 8 years, and even 5 finals in a row, it shows you how great of a team they were. And not only were they great with this core of a Klay Thompson, a Steph Curry, and a Draymond Green, that even before they had a lot of shooters around them. They had a Sean Livingston to come off the bench. They had just great players, Mo Spates, and just other people that could get grimy with you back then. And then they continue to build off that now with the additions of Jordan Poole, Otto Porter. Golden State is a great franchise. And Steve Kerr. Speaking of Steve Kerr, he was a teammate of Jordan's, and he was a teammate, and he has coached against LeBron James. And him himself has said it's a toss-up between Jordan and LeBron, that you can't go wrong, that they both very different. And this is from the mouth of somebody who was a teammate of Jordan's and somebody who coached against LeBron. So, for all the haters out there who just want to say LeBron not even on that level, I'm going to take it for Steve Kerr's word. I'm not going to take it for yours. You understand what I'm saying? But like I said, it's only going to solidify LeBron's legacy. If anything, that means that Golden State has won 4 championships. And had they not been injured, even with Kevin Durant, they would have already 5. So that shows you the greatness of that team that LeBron James and Kyrie Irving was able to beat. You understand me? And Kyrie Irving even now says he regrets, doing the things the way he did, and that he would have more championships. So it's going to be a lot to talk about in the offseason. There's already been some moves being made. I think Houston made a move yesterday, trading Wood to Dallas. We got so much to talk about that's going to be coming up. So I'm hoping for a Game 7 just so we can extend the season and have more to talk about as far as that's concerned. And then after that, we can really get into some Lakers off-season moves, what we think about the new coach, what's the philosophy going to be. Are they really planning on keeping Westbrook? Just so many different things to discuss. I want to plan on doing the call-in show. It's going to be early in the morning, so everybody get prepared for that. But that's going to be very interesting. Going to have a call-in show. Let me know if you're interested in that. Put your comments below. And also got some merch coming at y'all. So if you haven't done so already, man, hit that bell, like, subscribe. Man, we go, right on to the real. And much love to these haters. I'm out.